If there's one thing that we all know about rocks, it's that they tend to be pretty durable. I'm sure we've all learned this the hard way when we've stubbed our toe on an unfortunately placed rock. But the seemingly tough and unyielding object actually changed quite a bit over the eons, in a process known as the rock cycle, as discussed in the Earth System by Lee Kump in pages 144 to 145. Before we delve into that, it's important to note that rocks are split into three different categories: igneous, sedimentary, and metamorphic, which are based on how a rock is formed. The rock cycle involves a group of changes that break down old rocks to form new ones. Sedimentary rocks are formed when sediment is deposited in large enough quantities that they are squeezed and cemented together to form a rock. One of the biggest forces behind this and the rock cycle in general is the process of weathering, which transforms solid rock into small particles and dissolved material. Weathering can be split into physical and chemical subcategories, and the common agents of physical weathering include wind and water, which can break down exposed rock over a long period of time. Chemical weathering occurs when rocks are subject to rainwater and acidic soil waters generated by bacteria, fungi, or plant root discharges. When combined with a process known as erosion, which is when these dissolved minerals are transported by wind and water to basins where they accumulate, the sediment form layers. Over a long period of time, layers are stacked on each other, and the weight of the upper layers eventually crush the lower ones into forming sedimentary rocks. Igneous rocks are formed when magma cool and create crystals. Magma is formed when rocks are subjected to extremely high temperatures and melt. This generally occurs only when rocks have been carried deep within Earth's interior, for example, in subduction zones. Magma can stay underground and cool slowly, or ascend to the surface and cool rapidly. Once it fully solidifies, it becomes igneous rock. Metamorphic rocks are formed when a pre-existing rock is put into conditions with extremely high pressure and temperature, resulting in profound changes that alter the appearance or composition of the rock. These conditions most commonly occur in Earth's interior, where rocks receive heat from pressure, friction, and radioactive decay. If they don't melt, then they are baked to the point that their physical and chemical properties start changing. The resulting rocks are known as metamorphic rocks. But what causes all of this to happen? The rock cycle is a result of plate tectonics. New crustal materials produced from cooling magma coming from the mantle, and older crustal materials are taken back to the mantle at subduction zones. This allows the Earth to periodically renew its crust, keeping it fresh for all of us to enjoy.